You've heard about forgiveness. You've heard you need to forgive. How are you supposed to forgive? How does it all work?
Forgiveness, even if you don't love me anymore. Forgiveness, even if you don't love me anymore. Forgiveness.
Yes, forgiveness. You all know that song. Who is it? Is it Don Henley? What is his name? Oh, this is a song really popular back in the day when Dr. D Nice was in high school. Listen, you all, it's time to forgive. Some of you all have celebrities that you're hating or having issues with. Some of you have even movie characters. I saw a whole post on Instagram about movie characters that people still hate because of their character. It's imaginary. Yourself, some people are not forgiving themselves or even other people. And today we're really going to focus on when you need to really forgive other people. There are 5 steps that we're going to go over. And the first step, let's just hop right into the very first step, which is just recognizing the need for forgiveness, the need to forgive someone. Listen, people have done some evil things to you. I know it. Some of you have been abused. Some of you have been abandoned. Some of you have been embarrassed. All of those things cut deeply. And the one thing to recognize is that it's life. Life is going to be filled of disappointment. People are not going to behave the way you want them to behave. People are going to do evil things. There are evil people in this world. And it just is. It seems sad. It seems unfair. It is. Feel the pain of what happened to you. Cry about it. Let it go. Don't hold it inside. I'm talking about the first step that you're going to do with forgiving somebody. Because a lot of times we've been holding this thing inside of us for so long. First, we're just going to have to deal with our own emotional issues. Get rid of those. If you need to talk to somebody to do that, do it. But trying to just feel the pain, understand the loss. Maybe your dad left you. Your mom is always angry at you or just yelling, whatever it is. Understand the loss there is. It's important to have a mom and a dad that loves you. And here you are just left with one or maybe 0. It's important to not have somebody take advantage of you. But there you were, just lost and broken, and somebody has taken advantage of you. Whether it be sexually, physically, mentally, whatever the case may be, they've used you and left you broken. And recognize that that loss is there and you can't go back in time. No amount of depression, no amount of anxiety, no amount of thinking about it, ruminating, cursing, nothing can allow you to go back in time and undo what has happened to you. So you must recognize this situation. And then here comes number 2. Once you recognized it and dealt with some of the deep-seated feelings that you felt, now it's time to make that decision that forgiveness must happen. You see how it's affected your life, holding on to this thing. Just every time you hear that person's name, you cringe. Every time you hear their voice or see or anything that even remotely reminds you of them, something just stirs up inside you, PTSD, all of that. You have to now decide that, you know what? I'm sick of this. I have to forgive them in order to get rid of this inside of me. Because you all know, you've heard it before, forgiveness is not for the person. It's for you. You don't have to go up to them and say, hey, guess what? I've forgiven you. You don't have to do that. This is something that you could do privately in your house by yourself. Just say, you know what? I'm letting it go. Make that decision that you are going to forgive. You could write it down. You could do all kind of symbolic gestures, write it down, put it in a fire, burn it, say it out loud that I forgive you. However you want to do it. It's an action, though. You have to make sure that you understand that forgiveness is an action. It's a step. It's something. It's an action word. It's not just something that you just think in your head, I forgive you, and nothing. There's some action to it. Pray about it. I mentioned I didn't say pray about it, but absolutely pray about the ability, being given the ability to forgive. Once you've made that decision, pray about it, and God will for sure give you the strength to forgive this person. All right, number 3. Third part of it is really connecting with love, connecting with God. God is love. And here's the thing. There is no true connection with God, the source, the person that can really get in there and remove those things from your heart that has worn you down from the person that has hurt you. You cannot really do that with an unforgiving spirit. You must treat other people that like the same way you'd expect God to treat you. How in the world can you want to treat your fellow human being poorly with an unforgiven spirit when God himself has forgiven you? For God, he knows what? We all know. I don't know all your dirt. I don't know it. God's forgiven you of it, though. If you ask him to forgive you, he has. And you here with another human being, you don't want to forgive them? No, you cannot connect with God with an unforgiving spirit. Now that you have now that you have decided to forgive and have forgiven this person that has hurt you, now you can go to God and say, here I am. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to have that person up for so long. But, God understands that you're human. Connect with God, connect with the people around you. Look for support in your family and your friends, because it's not easy. Some of these people have done some things. I'm not going to be up here sharing all my business. We don't have to be all out there interwebbing our business like that. But y'all know some of the things people do. And, it doesn't matter, though. You see also how it's affected you. You got to let it go. And as we're going through these steps, as I was getting ready for this, I was wondering, man, which step really is first? Is deciding first? Is making the action to connect with God first? And then let me know in the comment section if you would have rearranged the order of these steps. And then we're on to step number 4. This is where you forget. I know people like, I will forgive, but I won't forget. No. You have to forget. God has cast your sins into the middle of the sea. He has. There are places of the ocean, the sea, that humans have not even explored. We've been to space. We've been to moon. I know some of y'all don't believe that, though. Like, y'all think there's a little bunker somewhere in the middle of North Dakota that has a moon set that they've just basically, the moon landing is a whole movie production. I hear you. But even if it's so, listen, them people they have done so much to simulate the moon landing for the people that don't think we've been to the moon, or we have been to the moon for the people that believe that. Human beings have done so much, and yet we have no idea what the depth, the deepest part of the ocean looks like. No clue. And that is where God has thrown your sins. You for sure got to throw the sins of the people, the transgressions, the thing where people hurt you. You have to throw that into the middle of the ocean. That's where it belongs. You don't need to keep it. You forgive and you forget. I know, listen, here's how you forget it first of all. When it pops in your head, you're trying to remember what happened to you, you switch it out with another thought. That's part of being human. You're not controlled by your thoughts and your emotions. You can actually manage your thoughts. Did you know that? They don't have to dominate you. You can actually say, nope, so it pops in your head, nope, I don't have time for that right now. You think about something else. Decide right now when the thought of what was done to you pops in your head. Decide right now what you're going to switch that thought with. You can switch it with playing basketball. You can switch it with thinking about your family and your friends that you like, thinking about the times when you graduated from high school. Switch that thought out with something. You have the power to do that. You don't have to have that thing dominate your mind, dominate your consciousness all the time. Forget it. Move on. Even when you see that person that has harmed you out there just living their best life, they got money, they got a crib, they graduated from high school, top of their class, they got a scholarship to go to Harvard, living life to the fullest. You can't have that bitterness inside you. You have to forget. When they pop in your head, you got to let it go, because vengeance is God's. You don't have to worry about, they need to pay for what they did for me. That is not your problem. It is not your job for these people to pay. It is not. Vengeance belongs to God. Let him take care of what they did to you. You just need to take care of forgiving and forgetting and moving on. The last step to this is pray for them. Pray for the person that have used you and hurt you. Lift them up in prayer. Obviously, they need God. They need Jesus. If they're going out there just hurting people like that, for you to be walking around with this baggage on top of your body all this time, pray for them. Wish blessings upon them. If you and them are interacting, be kind to them. Y'all don't have to be best buddy. They don't have to be all up in your house on a day-to-day basis. Y'all don't even have to call each other no more. Just because you're forgiven and forgotten, it does not mean that you all have to establish some major friendship. It's not everybody we got to be hanging out with. That's just not how it works. Forgiveness is something that happens inside of you. And those are the 5 steps. Let me know, like I said, if you would move them around. But here's one caveat. We didn't hit on that. Suppose you are the person that needs forgiving. Dun, dun, dun. Where's it? I need. You're the person that needs forgiving. What happens then? Here's what you do. If you know that you have straight up made a huge mistake and you've messed up some people's lives, or even if it's little, if you know that somebody has something with you, where you are right now, you go and you try to fix that. First, you need to confess to yourself that, you know what, I did something to this person. Man, and go to God and confess to him, like, Lord, I'm sorry. I did this to this person. Can you help me out? Can you help me make this right? You can pray and ask for the opportunity to come up to talk to them. You know, because maybe you don't know how you're going to see these people. I don't know. Just pray about it and ask for the right situation, for the right words. Ask some people what's the right situation, the right words. And then you go and you ask that person. Let them know, I'm sorry, forgive me. Confess your sins to this person. And, it's going to be up to them now. Are they going to forgive you or not? But it's on them after that. There you have it. 5 steps to forgiveness, and a little extra bonus if you're actually the person that needs the forgiveness, needs forgiving. Right? Yeah, need the forgiveness. All right. Let me know in the comments